Good morning, everyone. It is about 11:15 on Friday, the 16th of February, I believe. I'm obviously just in my kitchen. I've just had my pre-workout snack, which was delicious. I had peanut butter on toast, natural peanut butter on toast with a shit ton of butter, which makes me very happy. And then I also sprinkle stevia and sea salt on top, and it is so yummy. So I had that, and I've just made my collagen drink of the day, which I'm happily sipping on. It's the strawberry watermelon flavor, and it is so yummy. I think I had the passion fruit one last time, but I think the strawberry watermelon is like my favorite. And I'm not even collaborating with them anymore. So you know the product is good when I'm actually using my actual money to purchase it after the collaboration's done. So I think my express shipping code is still active. So I'll put that in my description box below as well, just in case anyone, wants to try it out. But I will say I actually think it's helped with my hair growth. So I've been taking it for I think about a month now, and my hair, obviously it's tied up today, it's filthy, but it's actually sitting on my shoulders now, which makes me very happy because I have so much regret for cutting my hair so short, and that's without the added drama of a dodgy haircut as well. So we're trying to get it back to long, and I think this is actually helping, which makes me very happy. But I decided that I would start the vlog here because it is the first day of my no more bullshit stage of my life. So for the past few weeks, I've been completely out of routine. I've completely lacked motivation. There's been no consistency in my health and wellness. And if you give me the option to be lazy, I'm going to take it. And so I've decided that from today, that option is no longer available. And so that's why I am, having my pre-workout snack and getting myself ready for the gym before I can talk myself out of it. We're going to do a double session today. So we're going to do a full body workout and cardio afterwards, which normally I like to alternate days between weights and then cardio, but as I've been inconsistent lately, I just need to give myself that big kick up the bum and get it done. So yeah, we're going to do our full body workout. We are going to do our minimum 35 minutes at full incline on the treadmill, walking at just 4.5 Ks. I read my Kindle while I'm on there, and sometimes I get really into the story, and when that happens I'll go for the full 60 minutes, but I have a rule that it's a minimum of 35 minutes. I don't know why 35 minutes, to be honest. I think I probably heard it from some fitness influencer or something, and that number is just stuck with me, but it's just something that I find is just really doable. And even on my worst days, I can talk myself into 35 minutes, generally. But yeah, I've been really inconsistent lately. I've been going to the gym still a few times a week, but I've found I've been going to the gym to leave the gym, and that's just not where I want to be anymore. And that means as well, you just don't see results, you don't see progress. That coupled with the fact that I've just been shit with my eating as well. I've, been skipping meals and then snacking on things that I shouldn't be snacking on, and, or just eating, just really inconsistently, and I've been lacking energy because of it. And so my body's just had enough. And so we're removing the option to be lazy, and we're getting back onto it, into a regular routine. And, that's why I wanted to pick up the camera today. So as I said, it's Friday. So I'll probably vlog a little bit over the weekend as well. Today though, we've got the gym, and I've just got some I don't know, self-care just maintenance things that I need to do today. So I'm going to do a face mask, which, by the way, I'm not wearing makeup today, and it is the first time since August when my skin freaked out that I'm going to the gym without makeup. And I know that it's really stupid to wear makeup when you're working out, just in general, but particularly when you're like, your skin's freaking out and you've got congested pores. But honestly, like, I would have worn a balaclava to the gym if I could have, because my confidence was just so knocked from this skin freak out. But I have to say, a week on from when I saw Loz, and my skin is looking so much better. We're not there yet, but there is a vast improvement. So I'm gonna go makeup free today, which is very, very big for me. And then I've got to wash my hair and top up my fake tan today as well. So there's not much on today, but tomorrow Ben and I are going for a little drive, and we're gonna have lunch at this place in the New South Wales countryside, which I'm very excited for because the food looks amazing. So I will vlog that if I can get Ben on camera. So wish me luck. He's very private, so I don't know how he feels about being in front of the camera yet, but I'll try and get him on the vlog at some point. And then I think we've just got our usual like routine of setting ourselves up for the week as well, grocery shopping and all of that kind of thing. So I'll try and vlog some of that. I actually find it really interesting to see what people buy in their grocery shops. So I think I might do a bit of that this weekend, just because, yeah, I like to see it. So maybe you guys do, but obviously let me know if you're just not interested in that kind of thing, because I just won't share that in future. So anyway, I'm gonna sip on this, get my butt to the gym, and I'll see you when I see you. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning. I didn't pick up the camera again yesterday. I really didn't do anything interesting after the gym. I washed my hair and topped up my fake tan and just chilled out at home. I did order a massive Luxor though, and had it with a lovely glass of wine, and that was my dinner. But I did not sleep well last night. I got into bed at about maybe 10 o'clock, and no, it would have been like 10:30, and I finished reading the book that I'm reading, which I'll actually link this author. I'll list her down below. Her name's like Frida something, and I've read almost all of her books and I love all of them. They're like murder, like mystery kind of books. I will say they're not particularly like groundbreaking, but I just really enjoy reading her stuff. So I've just been making my way through all her books on my Kindle. Anyway, I finished that, and I also freaked myself out being home alone. You know when you hear noises that are generally familiar, but then you start to question whether they are familiar? That was me last night, and so I didn't go to sleep properly because I was like half awake listening for anything unusual in like downstairs. So I am so tired today. So I've made my coffee, and I'm gonna get one for the road as well when we leave Canberra. I'm just in the bathroom, obviously. How cute is my headband and my wristband? So I wear these literally every day. I've got 4 colors. I've got a pink, a gray, and a baby blue. And they all come with like the matching wristbands. But honestly, I love these so much when I'm like washing my face in the sink, because these obviously catch all the water and I don't have it running down my arms, which I absolutely hate. So okay, so we are ready to go now. I just thought I'd do a quick outfit of the day. I'm wearing a linen mini dress from Air, and it's got a cute little tie back, which I might have to get Ben to retie for me. And I've got a YSL phone holder bag. I like to travel light. And I've got my Hermes sandals on, or slides on as well. I'm kicking myself for not having bought the black earlier in the season, but as it's nearly the end of February, I'm not going to bother this season. I'll have to get them next summer. And then I've just got my usual bits of jewelry. So my usual gold rings, they're a bit of an assortment of brands, my gold bangle, gold necklace, and my diamond studs. So I'm also all packed. So I generally, when I don't have Bella, just move into Ben's apartment for the week. So I've packed my overnight bag, which is this leather one from Country Road. It's actually one of the men's ones, but I love it. And the leather is so soft and it's so well made. And it was honestly like so affordable that when I saw it, I just couldn't say no. But we are ready to go now. We're gonna go pick up Benjamin. I have no idea if he's ready or not. I've not messaged him or anything. So anyway, fingers crossed, but off we go. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday morning, and as you can see, I'm just in the bathroom and I'm just getting ready for the day. So I thought that I would use this opportunity to kind of talk to you and recap the weekend and also give you an update just to kind of wrap up this vlog because it's my birthday week and I want all of that to be separate. So I want it to be on, the next vlog. So quick skin recap. So on Saturday, I restarted using the Naked Sundays mineral sunscreen, and as you can see, I've got a bit of congestion back on my forehead, so I thought that might happen. I thought it might be a little bit too heavy for where my skin's at the moment, and after 2 full days of having it on my skin, can confirm. So unfortunately that does mean I'm going to have to put it aside until my skin's healed a little bit more, because the zinc in it does make it quite thick. So as I said, I was expecting something like this to happen, but anyway, you live and you learn. So today I'm going to Mecca to pick up some more of my moisturizer. So I'm actually going to pick up their branded sunscreen again. I've used it in the past and I still have a tube in my car because I put it just on the backs of my hands when I'm going out for an outdoor walk or anything like that. Unfortunately, it is a chemical sunscreen, but it is lighter and it performs really well under makeup. So I'm gonna have to just use that for the time being until my skin's a little bit happier, and then I'll try and incorporate the more natural sunscreens into my routine. But yes, I think I left you on Saturday when I was about to go and get Ben for our little day trip, which was lovely. So I didn't vlog a lot from that day. I will include the footage that I did take in a little bit, but so we went to Juyeong, which is a country town in New South Wales, and we went to the Sir George, which is a restaurant, I would say, but it's kind of got like outdoor country pub vibes. So absolutely beautiful, the setting, as you'll see in the footage, and we had some really yummy foods. So the other day, Ben and I were watching this YouTuber. His name's Trek Trendy, or his handle is Trek Trendy, and he does travel videos and all of that. So he always goes on about you know, this bingo card that his viewers kind of like tick things off. So it's just stuff that, you know, always appears in his videos. For example, he always has like a Diet Coke, or he always has caviar on board and all of that kind of thing. So Ben and I were actually discussing what would be on like our bingo card. And so when I sent him the menu for the Sir George, there were things that we'd said were on our bingo card. So you'll see from the footage, we ordered the steak tartare, we ordered the Korean fried chicken, and we ordered kingfish. Those 3 things we said were definitely on our bingo card. So if they're ever on the menu, we always order those dishes. And there's other things as well, but not that the Sir George had served or had on their menu. And then we were still kind of hungry, so those dishes were from like their like entree kind of share plate portion of the menu. And we were still hungry, so we ordered from the specials this duck dish with lentils and like this potato stack, and it was, oh my god, it was my favorite dish of the day. It was so delicious. And then of course we had to get dessert, so we ordered the pavlova, and it had like macerated strawberries on it. And the cream was just like delicious, and oh, it was so good, and it was like marshmallowy. Yeah, it was so lovely, and it was beautiful weather. And what's great about this place as well is they're all the tables in that are in shade, so for the summer that's perfect, because it was quite a warm day as well. And then from there, when we finished lunch, we went upstairs to the like this little shop that they've got up there, and I thought it would be more of like a food goods store, so I was quite surprised to see that it was more homewares. They had like linen bedding, and they had some like linen clothes and things like that. I didn't buy anything, Ben bought something, but yeah, it was a bit different to what I had expected. But then we went next door, and there was like a food shop there, and it was full of locally made jams and sauces and chocolates. So we actually got 2 jars of jam. We got a marmalade and gin jam, and we got a plum and passion fruit jam. And so we had croissants for breakfast yesterday, and we obviously had to try the jams. But it was so yummy. I would have to say, I think the plum and the passion fruit one is my favorite. The marmalade is delicious, but I couldn't taste the gin, and Ben agreed with me, he couldn't taste it either, which was a little bit disappointing, because that was kind of, you know, the selling point for us, because obviously it's a little bit more unusual to find a marmalade and gin jam. And then we did want to go to Yass on the way home and just have like a little wander around. Again, like I like to go to country towns and buy things that are kind of like locally made, but the thing with country towns is from like 3 o'clock on a Saturday, all the stores closed, and that's exactly the time we were going through Yass. So we just ended up driving home and kind of chilling out that night. We ordered, we both were craving pizza, so we had Domino's for dinner, and I had some lovely ice cream as well for dessert. So that was Saturday. And then yesterday I had said in my intro that I was going to vlog our kind of grocery shop, because I always find those things interesting, and just kind of show you what we buy on a regular basis. I don't know why I'm still dabbing foundation into my skin. It's more than blended, but anyway, you know, just talking. But yeah, so yesterday we ended up we did our grocery shop, but it wasn't as extensive as it usually, well, it ended up being as extensive as it usually is. However, we didn't do our full routine, which is usually we go to Costco, and then we do Woolies after that. So we didn't do that, so I didn't think that I really needed to vlog in the end. I probably should have, because it ended up being a big grocery shop, but anyway, that's all right. We can always do that next time. Why is this not coming out? But yeah, so Ben was a bit tired yesterday. He was meant to go to dinner with his mates, but he didn't end up doing that. He ended up falling asleep on the couch and sleeping for, I'd say, a couple of hours actually in the end. So we just stayed home. And what do we have for dinner? Oh, I had a fajita bowl, and Ben had chili con carne, which was yummy. And where did I put the lid? Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh, it's right there. But yeah, so I didn't vlog much yesterday. Well, I didn't vlog at all yesterday, just because, yeah, Ben was tired and we didn't do much. So, you know, it was just one of those lazy Sundays, so no need to vlog. I think I put way too much bronzer on today because I'm too busy talking. Damn it. Anyway, and then I'm gonna have to fix this, aren't I? But I will include that footage from the Sir George and our little day trip in now, so you can have a bit of a look, and then I'll see you in a sec and I'll give you a bit of an update on life at the moment, just to kind of wrap up this vlog.
Because I always got propaganda.
Okay, so I think I've fixed the bronzer situation, and I'm now onto my blush. Gosh, that was looking pretty grim for a second. It was everywhere. But yeah, so I hope you liked the Sir George. So I will link that down below. I actually had seen them on Instagram quite a while ago, but we were quite busy at the time that I found them, and so we only just got the chance to go and check it out. But it's really great. I love it there. It's so lovely, and the food was delicious, and it is just a good little like half-day trip from Canberra as well. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. But I thought I would give you guys a bit of an update on just life in general, again, to just finish off this vlog and just talk about some of the stuff that I haven't put on camera. So first things first, it is official. I am selling my home. So I had a meeting with a mortgage broker last week and just kind of discussed what Ben and I are hoping to achieve. And he's said that, well, his recommendation is to sell my house. There is a few other layers that go with that but I won't, obviously for personal reasons, won't discuss it here. But when we kind of put everything out on the table, what I was considering, what my feelings were, and what my intuition was telling me as well, he agreed with me that selling it is the better option. So I'm going to be, and I will vlog all of this stuff coming up, but I'm going to be, yeah, prepping my house for sale, and I hope to have it on the market. I haven't given myself like a firm deadline yet, but I do hope to have it on the market in the next like maybe 2 or 3 months, I think is a fair timeline. There are obviously some things that I need to fix around the home, just things that, you know, when you own the house and you're living in it yourself, you're quite happy to kind of deal with or you know, just have in the background. So like things like, you know, the house needs a fresh coat of paint, it needs new flooring, you know, there's some like that, we've got a tomato sauce stain in the living room that, you know, when you've created the tomato sauce stain, you're quite happy to just like ignore it, or you get used to it being there or whatever. But obviously when you're selling it, you need to get rid of that. So yeah, so there's some things that I need to fix up. They're pretty minor though, I will say. And then I'll also get the house properly styled, which is another, I guess, update. So in October last year. And to be honest, like in retrospect, I don't know why I did this, because I think like whilst we'd never really discussed or, you know, put a date on it, I guess, like it was always pretty obvious that like Ben and I would kind of move in together eventually. So in October last year, I had for some reason put an order in for some new couches, and like Ben and I have, well, no, we have quite different styles in terms of interiors and decor. Somewhat. He's very like, I feel like he's a little bit more black and white about what he likes, whereas I can appreciate like different styles for different circumstances, I guess. So my vision, if I'd kept my house and continued to live in there, would be, just because of the size of it, I wanted to make it a little bit more cozy, kind of a little bit more rustic, and that's what these couches kind of reflected. But Ben is more modern and a little bit more sleek, I guess, in his style. So yeah, I don't know why, with the knowledge that, you know, that was kind of our next step, was to move in together. So knowing that, I don't know why I ordered these couches, if you get what I mean, like just because I was never going to have them for a long period of time. But anyway, I did what I did, and these were custom made couches as well. And I had to, well, I spoke to Ben, now that we're talking a little bit more seriously about us moving in together in the next few months. I spoke to him and I'm like, oh, you know, these couches are, you know, I'm meant to get an email any day now to like complete payment and organize delivery and all of that kind of thing. And I'm like, would you be happy with these couches like in our place? And anyway, so I sent him I sent him a picture of them, and he's like, yeah, that's just not our style. That's just not going to be our style. And you know, I respect that, because I wouldn't want him to push anything on me, so I'm not going to push it on him. So anyway, so I emailed this company, and I won't name them, but I will say I am incredibly displeased with like their treatment of me in the end. But I emailed them, and they do have a cancellation policy, so I'm not trying to rewrite rules or anything like that. But I just said to them, look, I'd like to cancel my order. Bearing in mind, actually, like, let's rewind a little bit. So I ordered it in, I think, beginning of October or even late September. I ordered these couches, and when I made the order, they said that delivery would happen on or around the 18th of January. And 18th of January, and then I would be notified 2 weeks prior to complete payment, because I only put a deposit down, to finish up, to pay the rest of the outstanding balance. And then they'd organize delivery, with delivery being, again, on or around the 18th of January. And so 18th of January obviously came and went, and it wasn't until a few days, I think, after the 18th, where I got an email from them saying, just so you know, just so you're aware, you know, we are going to get an email again to pay the outstanding balance and organize delivery. So this was after the 18th. So these couches should have already been delivered then. And like I said, they're custom made couches, so they do have to, they're made special. And then I just heard nothing. And so what is it? It's the 18th now. No, it's the 19th. So I had emailed them on the 11th of February. which was the Sunday, and I said, like, please, I'd like to cancel my order. So I hadn't heard from them from the 18th of January till the 11th of February. And so we're nearly a month behind schedule already, when there was already like a 3-month wait on these couches when I made the order. And that's not the reason why I've obviously cancelled it, but you know, if they'd kind of run to schedule, I probably wouldn't have had the epiphany that it's a stupid idea to go through with the sale of these couches. Anyway, so I emailed them on the Sunday night and I said, I'd like to cancel. I understand there's a cancellation policy. Can you please let me know the process and what the steps are from here? And so on Monday, I received an email from the same girl that had emailed me on the 18th of January. And she's like, that's fine. We understand that circumstances change. I've forwarded this to our refunds team. And then a couple of hours later, I get a phone call, and I obviously answered, and it was the guy from their escalation team. And he's like, hey, this is Steve from, you know, the company. Can I please know why you want to cancel? What's the issue here? Like, let's, you know, kind of problem solve and all this kind of thing. And he made out as if like I'd had an issue with the company itself, or I'd had like, you know, some sort of incident occur with, you know, one of their staff or whatever. And so I said to him like, oh no, Steve, like this isn't an issue between me and the company. Like, it's nothing to do with that. It is just because I'm moving in with my boyfriend and we just don't need couches anymore. And anyway, he's like, oh, okay. He's like, that's totally fine. He's like, I understand, you know, circumstances change. If you do change your mind though, and you do decide that you want these couches still, please just let us know. Or if in future you want furniture from us, like just remember my name, it's Steve. We'll try and give you a discount, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, that's really nice. Like, and he's like, look, the cancellation policy is 20% of the purchase price. And he goes, I haven't done the math, so I don't know exactly how much of your deposit, if anything, you will get back. And I was like, Steve, look, I understand, like this is totally, you know, on me, this decision, but I'm happy to work with, you know, your cancellation policy. I'm not going to argue with that, blah, blah, blah. And so we actually finished that phone call, I felt, on a really like friendly note. And he was like, congratulations on moving in with your boyfriend. Like, I understand you're probably really excited. You know, best wishes, but like all of that. Yeah, so I hung up from the phone call and I thought like, what a nice guy. Like, that was so lovely. Like, obviously this is like a shitty thing to do, but you know, I was comfortable with the cancellation policy. Like I said to Steve, I'm not here to argue about that. Like, I understand I'm going to be out of pocket here. That's totally fine. So yeah, I just had no issues with it. But then I got an email again from this girl, the one that had emailed me on the 18th, and the one who had informed me she'd forwarded it on to the refund team. And she's like, okay, as per your discussion with Steve, see you, bye. Like, and so I wrote back and I was like, well, hold on. I understand your cancellation policy is, oh, and she had emailed and she'd like copied and pasted a chunk from their cancellation policy, but removed the fact that, so what it had stated was like, you couldn't cancel for, she didn't actually say where she copied and pasted it from, because before I sent the email on the Sunday to say, hey, I need to cancel, I had like already read through their cancellation policy. So I'm not quite sure where she got this from, but basically it said that you couldn't cancel if there was a, you know, a delay in delivery and all of this kind of thing. And, oh, actually, well, let's backtrack a little bit. So as I said, it was meant to be delivered, sorry. It was meant to be delivered on the 18th of January. Hadn't heard anything, obviously, for nearly a month when I had emailed on the 11th of February. But in her 18th of January email, it said like, yeah, you're going to get, you know, your invoice, pay the outstanding balance, and then we'll organize delivery, which can be a 4-week delay on top of it. So we're already past the 18th when the
delivery date was first set, they said that it would be another couple of weeks before I got an invoice, when it has like, they issue the invoice when it comes into their warehouse. And then on top of that, it would be a further 4 weeks before it would, like, delivery would be made. So just thinking, like, if I hadn't emailed them, like, I can't say for sure whether I would have received an invoice, but even if I got an invoice on the 11th of Feb, I still wouldn't have received the couch until mid-March, which is 2 months after, which again, like, that's just pushing like the length of time that I would actually be using these couches as well. If I had decided to go obviously through with the purchase. But anyway, so skipping ahead, so she emailed, copied and pasted this thing from I have no idea where, and it just said like, you can't cancel because of delivery delays, blah blah blah. And she's like, okay, so bye. And I was like, no, hold on. So I wrote back and I was like, well, Steve and I had discussed and he had confirmed that the cancellation fee is 20% of the purchase price. So from my math, you know, I was owed basically half of my deposit back. And I really didn't want to be an asshole about it. I just wanted to get like clarification from her. And I was like, so can you please confirm? And then she's like, she writes back and she's like, yes, that's correct. However, it's inclusive of delivery, which that's not in the cancellation policy, for one. Two, I know it's bullshit because they are using an external delivery company, which they wouldn't have booked and paid for delivery of my couches yet because there are no couches yet. So that started to, like, this is when it started to sour. And I knew it was bullshit, but as I said many times in this video and to Steve, I understand that this was my decision to cancel it. Change of circumstance, I totally get it. I'm happy to wear some of the costs as per their cancellation policy. So when she came back with that, I was like, bullshit, but I just want this resolved. I just want to be done with it, like just cancel my order. And so I wrote back to her and I said, okay, even if that is so, that it includes delivery in the 20%, you still owe me money. And it was literally going to be like, I think 20%, so the delivery was like 300, so 20% is 60 bucks. So it was an extra 60 bucks that I would lose. I don't care, whatever. So I said, even still, you still owe me X amount of dollars. And then she had obviously had Jack of like dealing with me, and she sent it, forwarded on to another guy in her team, and he wrote back and he goes, no worries, like I've already refunded the money, here's your like receipt, your refund receipt, it might take a few days, whatever, have a nice life. And yeah, so anyway, that was a drama that I had to deal with last week. And it just really upset me because, well, it didn't upset me, but it annoyed me because I felt like things with Steve had ended on such a good note. And, you know, like Ben and I obviously moving in together, there was the potential that we might need more furniture. And I would have considered them, not for the discount, but because they seemed like a nice company to deal with. But then having dealt with that, I'm like, no, we're not dealing with this again. And particularly like if the delays, and I get that, you know, custom made furniture, particularly if you're dealing with like a high volume of customers, it's going to be, you know, you can't always be accurate in your deadlines. But when we're talking like, you know, a 3-month wait and then potentially that moving to like 5 or 6 months, that's when it's too much. So anyway, that was something that I had to deal with. But back to what I was saying, I am selling my property. So I will, because now I'm not having these new couches to put in my house. And the one that I currently have, the couch that I currently have, is just way too big for the space. It does nothing, particularly for people that are looking to actually like buy this house. So I will be looking for a property stylist. I am going to have to, I guess, weigh up or consider what the steps are that I take in terms of like moving out or continuing to stay in, and then moving out, paying for where we're like going to move to, plus the mortgage until it sells, or whether I just stay put until it sells, just focus on paying the mortgage. I don't know. But then there's obviously the fact that makes it a little bit tricky when it comes to property styling and all of that kind of thing. So anyway, that's future Jess's problem, but it's just nice to know that like my direction with the house now, and what needs to be fixed up for sale, what I should put money into, what I shouldn't, and then I think I also just mentioned that, you know, obviously if I was renting it out, I would kind of spend less on the fixtures and fittings that needed to be fixed, because like obviously it could potentially get trashed with tenants, but now that I'm selling it, I know to spend a little bit more as well. So anyway, there's that, and I'm aware that I've been talking for ages now. And then also, second life update, I have a new contract for my job, and it looks like I might be starting potentially this week, maybe next week. So part of that, what we're waiting for is just like my police check to come through and just confirm that, you know, I'm not a criminal. So I'm very excited about that, which will be nice because I'm at the stage now. So I finished my contract, my last contract, a little while ago, and gave myself some downtime, and you know, the space to kind of find something right for my next one. But yeah, so I'm at the point now where I'm like a little bit bored, and like even this morning Ben's like, so what do you got on today? And I'm like, gym. And that's it, which is very nice. And I feel like, you know, obviously very fortunate to be in a position where I can kind of just relax and chill out. But I am a little bit worried that my brain is turning slightly to mush because I'm not using it as much as I normally would. But yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And then what comes with that is a new work wardrobe. So I'm slowly building that up, and I've actually got, so that was my message before, saying that my shoes were being, well, one of the pairs of shoes that I've ordered will be delivered today. So I might include that in my next vlog. I'm not having much luck with workwear though, and to be honest, I don't have enough. So when I finished my last contract, I did a big cull of my work wardrobe, trying to, you know, get rid of the pieces that were, you know, worn and a bit too loved. So they went to charity, or in the bin, depending on, you know, the condition. But I do need to build that up again. So that'll be kind of coming over the next couple of weeks. So I'll fill you in on the pieces that I buy there, just in case, you know, people need to do their work wardrobes as well. I'm going to finish doing my makeup because I've been talking for way too long, and I do want to go to the city and also go to the gym. I'm going to finish getting ready. I'll show you. So I'm just going to wear my gym wear to run to the city today, and then I'll go to the gym and stop off at home in a little bit after. But I'll show you my gym wear outfit of the day because it's new, and I'm actually going to buy more from this brand. But anyway, let me do this and I'll see you in a second. Okay, we are finally ready to go out for the day. After I finished my makeup, I decided I was ravenous and I made myself a fajita bowl, which fajitas at 10 a.m. is probably a little bit too early for some, but I do not regret that decision one bit. I didn't feel like eggs, so I just thought I'd just jump straight to lunch basically. But now I do have to let the food settle in my tummy before I go to the gym, so I will head to the city first. But this is my new activewear set. So it's by Lilo.
I believe. I don't know if it's Lilo Active or just Lilo, but it's a West Australian company, and I have to say this set is incredible. Like the fabric, the quality, it's amazing. I've also got this same color in the full length leggings as well, so I can, you know, still wear it when it's autumn winter. But I think this is their Sculpt range, and it's in the navy. And honestly, I've actually started, I thought I would be a bit more grown up. Usually what I like to do is just buy everything that I need in one hit, but because I hadn't bought from this company before, I decided I would buy one set, see how I go, and then I'll build from there. So I've got plans to buy the black, and also they've got like this vanilla color, so I'm going to buy them next, but I have plans to build on it even further. But yeah, this is, I think, their Sculpt range, and it's a tank top. It's got built-in support, and these leggings, these shorts, I mean, they are amazing. They are high-waisted, so they come up, excuse the fajita belly, but they do come up really high, and then the tank top just sits like right on top. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago I put on my Instagram for recommendations for activewear, and I got quite a few back, but I will say Lilo topped the list by far. One of my friends though, she had actually said to me that they do run small, and so she made the suggestion to size up, and I am so glad that she did, because if I'd ordered my regular sizes, they just wouldn't have fit. So anyway, that's what I'm wearing today. It's the Sculpt set in navy, and like I said, I'll link these down below. And I've just got them with some long white socks and my New Balance trainers, which I love. And then I'm also just carrying my gym bag, which is just this big Country Road bag that fits everything in it. It's literally got like my wrist straps and my barbell pad and everything in it. It's amazing. And so I think I'm gonna finish this up here. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I would be eternally grateful if you would like my videos and subscribe to my channel, just because obviously it helps my channel grow. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.